Hello friends, welcome back. You are with Shabazz and Mobile Tutes. Today I am introducing another important topic of Android, and today's topic is handler. So let's start with some introduction, and after the introduction, after the basic information, I will create a demo to uh, to under to give you information about handler, and you will understand it. You will understand it better. So every app has its own separate thread that runs UI object, such as view objects. This is called the UI thread. Only objects running on the UI thread have access to other objects on that thread. So if whatever you are doing is heavy, you should be doing in a thread, and if you do not explicitly start it in its own thread, then it will run on the main thread, that is the UI thread, or which may be noticeable as slow to respond interface by the users. So, and the important part is that when you use a thread, you often need to use handler for the communication between the work thread that you are creating and the main thread, or called a UI thread. So the main point is that handler is used for the create a new thread, create a new work thread. So handler is a part of Android system framework for managing threads. A handler object receive messages and run code to handle the messages. Normally, you create a handler that's connected to an. You can create a handler for a new thread, but you can also create it for the existing thread. So when you connect a handler to your UI thread, the code handles the message on the UI thread. So I am creating a demo to create a mimic of downloading through progress bar. So I think you know what progress bar is. Progress bar is show the progress, and like downloading progress and these kind of things. So I am creating a mimic of this. So I already created a project that is very easy, and I also created a demo of this, how to create a project. So I also created progress bar here. So now doing the coding, first we need to create a thread, private thread mthread and handler. And progress bar. So we need to initialize the progress bar here. The casting progress bar, and getting the reference by using find view by ID. So now initializing a thread, mthread is equal to new thread, and then thread mthread dot start. So I am creating a new thread here, class my thread, and you know there are two ways to create a thread. First is to extend the thread class, and second is to implement runnable interface. And implements runnable is always better approach. and here I am creating a for loop. Int I is equal to 0, I is less than 100, and then I plus plus. Then creating message over here, message equal to message dot obtain. Here message dot obtain is a method of message to initialize a message, and then also need to initialize the handler. M handler is equal to new handler, handle message. This is the override method that we need to override it. M progress bar dot set progress, and here message, here we need to provide this. So what we are going to do, first we need to create a thread and initialize it by instantiate the new thread, new my thread. What I am doing, when I start a thread, and that thread is a type of my thread, and my thread is passing a object, passing a value to the handler. So what handler can do, handler can do the changes on UI thread. So here messages dot arg1 is equal to I, and then handler, so M handler dot send message. So we can send the message by using send message. We can send the message object to handler, and handler can get it on handle message, and then thread dot sleep. Thread is a method of try catch block, and here message msg message dot arg1. So I have completed my coding. So what we have done, first created a thread is a type of my thread, and what my thread doing here, my thread creating for loop, creating a for loop here, and providing a value to my handler so that my handler can update the UI thread. So I am going to run this. So the application has been launched. You can see it, the progress bar, and due to sleep it looked like 1 2 3 kind of counting. And so that's all for today. If you have any questions, any queries, you can put in the description box. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like it, subscribe it. Okay, thank you.